My name is Terry Torrington. I am a content creator, producer, and also a founder for SlayTV.
My name is Sean Torrington. I am the CEO and founder of SlayTV. I am also a filmmaker. We're here at LGBT Week, kicking off the week with our upfront for SlayTV.
Just pump the beat, 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 just pump the beat. This is gold.
Yeah, I mean, we were showcasing what Slay has to offer, like all the different shows, documentaries, movies, just the different content creators around the country or abroad that have content that we're streaming on our platform, just showing the diversity within the community.
I'm James Felton Keith. I'm the co-founder of SlayTV. We just finished our very first upfront. We demoed about 30 minutes of different content that covers our 5,000 hours of movie shorts, docu-series, scripted series, you name it. It was beautiful, but we're also kicking off LGBT Week, which is kind of a big deal. We're right in between where all the new fronts end for like the IAB world and where LGBT Week starts.
Back in 2010, we met at a house party, minding my business, and this guy comes along, you know, talking about he wants my number and, you know, hang out and all this good stuff.
At the house party, I was on the prowl, and I told everybody literally, I'm gonna find my boyfriend tonight, but nobody believed me. So in comes Terry with these beautiful teeth, and that's the first thing that actually caught my attention. And then after I told everybody, I ran in the room, I was like, listen, I found my boyfriend, like he is here. And they was like, yo, Sean, you crazy, but I'm like a hopeful romantic, so I already knew from his energy that he was gonna be like the ones.
From there, we've always had a creative relationship.
Yeah.
Like our idols have always been Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, how they create together, they have like this
They have fun together.
creative business family, and we've always done different things.
And enlightened. You know, we created this web series back in 2013 it was, called No Shade, and Terry was one of the stars of the series, and we wanted to create season 2, but I did not want to just put it on, well, we didn't want to put it on any platform and have it just floating around YouTube and just not actually have it monetized the way it should have been monetized. So we had the ability to actually go somewhat mainstream, but what they wanted from us, they wanted to change the story around, and we just wanted it to keep it real authentic, and basically it just wouldn't have been No Shade anymore. So we didn't go that route, but Terry came up with this awesome idea, why don't we create our own platform? But I was like, well, how are we gonna do that? Like, seriously, we don't know how to create a platform. He was like, if you make it, they will come.
I know particularly for me, I created a web series called Love at First Night, which is about two guys who meet through a hookup and they end up in this long-term relationship. It really is not autobiographical, it's not like my life, but it's situations from being with Sean over 7 years now, putting that out there. And I guess for a lot of people, they reached out to us and they're like, I don't feel that optimistic about relationships, but seeing your show really makes me hopeful. Or there's people that are like, oh my God, that's the same thing that me and my boyfriend go through. Or even heterosexual couples have hit us up and we're like, oh my God, these situations are so universal. I didn't know that you guys go through that. And it's like, you know, these are simple, basic things that humans experience throughout the spectrum. And it's, you know, for us to put that out there and people to relate to it through, I guess, the queer lens, it's like, okay, I get it now. You guys are normal, just like us. And it's like, that's the goal. And people reach out to us all the time and are like, you know, wow, I needed to see that. You know, I think even with No Shade, a couple years back, we had a young guy out in Ohio who reached out to us, said he gets bullied all the time, and you know, he doesn't feel comfortable being in his skin. But seeing this show with us out in the street and just being ourselves unapologetically really ignited something in him to be himself. And that, to me, over anything, that's the most important piece. It's just people saying that I got something from it, you know? And that's priceless.
Our mission is to create sustainable entrepreneurs that are generating revenue to keep creating the dope stuff that they create. So through our agency, because Slay is broken up into 3 different I like to call them 3 different houses. So you have, so you have SlayTV, which everybody knows is today is our streaming network, but then you have Slay Studio, which is our in-house production company where we create content for Slay originals, and people would send us scripts and we would create it for them, of course with a bit of project management, but at the same time we can actually outsource stuff for other companies and create stuff and develop concepts and campaigns for them. So then you have Slay Agency, where we will build a campaign around content creators, films or web series, and we'll get it branded. We want people to keep creating stuff. We want to build an industry. We are building an industry around this. We feel like we are worth it, we have the skill, and we know that we have the resources, so why not? If we all work together, we can do this.
Our core message at the beginning was not just to create a big TV network or create a juggernaut of any kind, but we wanted to give all these content creators the opportunity to generate real revenues. Doesn't mean they're going to make $1 billion overnight, but being able to get their content to an audience has never been done before in this fashion.